what's really crazy is people don't realize that marriages is just a gamble. It's nothing to say, nothing bad about the husband, nothing bad about the wife, but at the end of the day, it's a gamble, right? That there's a chance that your wife may cheat on you. There's a chance that your husband may cheat on you. We hope that they don't, but there's a major chance. And the difference is there's too many men not prepared for the worst because you stuck in what? The honeymoon phase? It's crazy. I need you to prepare, hope for the best, but prepare for the worst.
Man, you are really encouraging me, motivating me, inspiring me. God is really using you to help me out.
What's going on, family? You guys are so amazing. It's your boy, Mr. AOS Inspires. This is AOS the podcast. I'm excited to come to you this week. This is going to be a very controversial episode this week. It's going to ruffle some feathers. Some of y'all are going to be really mad about what I'm saying today. And it's crazy because truth of the matter is most of you all, a lot of you all may not agree. All right. And it's cool in the gang. I'm cool. I'm not dropping this episode because I want you to agree with me. I want to trigger something in your mind to make you think like, yo, do right. Let's look at this from a different ocular lens. Like let's take out what would I want to call it? Let's take out emotion. Let's take out, oh, I love her, because I already know y'all see the title. I know y'all see the thumbnail. Like, you already know what I'm talking about. Like, fellas, don't let her know about all your money. And I know some of y'all looking at it like I had to click on it to see what he's talking about. Fellas, don't let your lady, I know that you love her, right? I'm going to break down a major scenario, a story that somebody told me recently that's what triggered this episode, because this is crazy, right? I looked at our analytics, and one of my videos, I said, broke man move in with women. It went crazy viral, right? Then I made another video. I said, and it's booming, right? It's booming. Like in 3 hours, it hit like 15,000 views. It's crazy. It's going crazy, right? And this is simply what I said. Nobody falls in love quicker than the man that needs a place to stay, right? So, I mean, it's crazy on those lines. I had to stay on those lines, but I wanted to talk today because I'm seeing this pattern. Men are not prepared for the worst in a relationship. Now, I'm talking about relationships and marriages as well. I'm not saying that you prepare for the worst because you're expecting the worst. No, expect the best, but prepare for the worst, right? Because so many men, I gotta big up our guys, because there's so many men that are putting their family first, that are putting their wife first. Now, I really want to dismantle this thinking, because there's too many good men that are putting family first, kids first, their wives first. And then when everybody turns on you, I'm not saying they will, I hope they don't, but if and when they turn on you, or if they do turn on you, should I say, you stuck like Chuck. You stuck in the background because you were so concerned about making sure my wife was happy, right? Did I do the episode yet? I don't know if the episode dropped, because matter of fact, I did. It dropped last week. The theory of saying happy wife, happy life, it's like, what about you? Do you want to be happy? Is it important for the man to be happy, right? That's a lie. Happy wife, happy life, right? Because, and this is what's happening. There are so many good men that's making sure that the wife is happy, that the wife has all the essentials, right? Let's start with the essentials. There's too many men that's making sure that their wife have the essentials, making sure she's happy. But at the end of the day, you giving all that you have, right? You're giving all the resources there. I'm talking about money today. You're giving all of the money that you have today, right? And you sacrifice, a lot of good men, they sacrifice to make sure that the wife has good credit. But now let's slow this thing down. There's a lot of women that make sure that their men have good credit as well, right? I want to salute to all the real women that make sure that their men have good credit as well, because I truly believe this. I believe that when a woman gets out, if she gets out of a relationship, I feel like she should be in a better place mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, like just holistically, she should be in a better place dealing with this man. Yeah, the relationship didn't work, but he gave you some essential tools to be great. Let's really be honest. That's what I truly feel. However, I think that a lot of men take that understanding, because it's not really an understanding that we talk about a lot, but I think that a lot of men take that understanding and take it too far. Why? Because you have not planned for just in case possibility for her to exit and for you to be okay. Right? I see too many of these horror stories where the man has made sure that the wife, the kids, everybody is good. They make sure that everybody's good. But then when the family leaves, kids get grown, and the wife mess around and say, listen, I don't think this relationship is serving me any purpose anymore. And she leaves. And what happens is, you stuck like Chuck. Why? Because you didn't work on your credit. You didn't save any money. You spent all of your money to make sure that she was happy, right? Because you let her know about all of your bank accounts. Like, this is all a bank accounts. This is facts. A woman would rather spend your money. You let me know one woman that will love to spend her money, right? In the beginning, a relationship may work like that. It may start like that. But the core of a woman, she rather spend your money than... Now, there's women that don't mind, right? There's a major difference between minding and wanting. There are some women that don't mind spending their money, but then there's some women that have no choice but to spend their money because the guy that they with don't have no money, right? We're not talking about those situations. I'm talking about situations where the man has a little change. He has some money, or he has more money, right? It doesn't matter. Equal, more or less. The woman would rather spend your money than her money. That's a fact. I don't care how much y'all try to fight me down on that. That's a fact. It is what it is. But you fellas, you just overextended yourself. Because of course, cool, you guys have a joint bank account. We have a bank account that's for the bills. She has access to this as well. But I'm seeing this too often. She knows all about your financial records, right? Now, this is what I do want to say. If anything happens to you, I want you to have your financial records, the money that she doesn't know about. I want you to have it in a place where when she stumbles across it, she will find where the money is. If anything happens, if you die before she dies, right? Because you don't want no total stranger finding the money. But I really don't want to go down that rabbit hole. But fellas, I need you to start preparing to set yourself up in a place, right? Like I tell my wife this all the time. If, and I know the relationship is going to work. I love my wife, but I have so positioned myself that if it didn't work, right, I'm the breadwinner. I take care of my family, right? And it's nothing wrong if the woman makes more money. Great. It is what it is. You're still the man. I think that's a confidence issue. But I told her that if our relationship falls, I will make sure she's good, right? But I won't be messed up. And what's happening is there's too many men that are in relationships. You give all to the woman, all to the husband, all to the kids, all to everybody, and you think about yourself last. Many of you women do the same thing. You give everything that you have to people, and when the relationship fails, you're stuck like you get the short end of the stick. Fellas, I'm tired of you guys getting the short end of the sticks and crying wolf. Not even crying wolf, but you're crying. Right? You're crying because you have no car, your credit is jacked up, you have no money. And I'm going to tell you this, most situations play like this. The man is up when they first meet. Things happen in the relationship goes sour. The man doesn't have it anymore. Now the woman, she's up because she's been grinding. You've been pushing her to greatness, and the relationship is not as copacetic as it was before. She now decides to transition to leave. Now you looking crazy because you don't have, your credit is shot. You have no money. You didn't save any money, right? And then all the money that you guys have in the bank account together, guess what? They got to start paying the bills until she leaves, until you leave, whatever. You stuck. Now it's like, I don't mind starting from scratch as long as I have something that, listen, if we have to separate, right, and I have to leave the house, I want to have some money to be able to get another house, or to get at least an apartment or rent a house, right? I want to have myself in position. Now, let me say this to the fellas. I get it. Nobody, right? Nobody. I heard a sales rep say this years ago. Nobody gets into a marriage expecting a divorce, right? It just happens. Let's really be honest. Divorce just happens in some cases. It's not like I'm planning, like when we get married, listen, we're going to get a divorce. I'm done. I can't, I already see something going to happen. I'm going to still say I do. It doesn't work like that, right? But what happens is a lot of us men don't plan for the worst. We're so engulfed and so drunk off the love in the present moment, or you're still stuck in the honeymoon, right? You thinking that the honeymoon phase, I want to tell you, as a man that's been married for now over 7 years, the honeymoon stage doesn't last forever. I don't care how many men or how many couples get on podcasts or get in the public's face and say, I'm still in the honeymoon stage. He's lying. Any relationship that say that we don't argue, that we don't get into it, that I'm not mad at her, there's times where you may not love your wife, right? Like I will always have love for you, right? But this love, let me take that back. That's crazy. No, let me say this. I may not like you. I'm gonna say this because you should have unconditional love, right? And anytime your love is limited, that's a contract, right? Like if unconditional and contractual love is two different types of loves, right? But that's next week. But what I'm saying is things may shift, and it will shift in your relationship. There's going to be times where you really like her and you really don't like her, right? Foundation, you should always love her, right? But you don't prepare for yourself. Many of you think that it's selfish. I'm writing a book. I can't wait for me to be done. I can't wait for it to be finished. I'm not selfish. I just love me. That's what it's name. I'm not selfish. I just love me. I already got a patent, so if you guys try to take it, I need my check. Anyway, it's crazy because many men and women believe that if I put me first, that's selfish, and that's so far removed from being selfish. Fellas, I need you to start thinking about you first. Because like I said, I'm tired. I'm going to give you the scenario that I'm going. I'm tired of hearing guys that get into relationships, right? You give your all, you work hard, and life happens because sometimes life be lifing. Like you can lose your job. Your job is not guaranteed, right? When I first got into my relationship, I was working a W-2 job. Then I decided when I was supposed to get management and I kept on getting lied to and overlooked, guess what? Listen, I'm chucking the deuces because I don't like this feeling. I became a full entrepreneur, right? Has it been easy? Absolutely not. But I never thought that I would be an entrepreneur. I love the idea of being an entrepreneur, but I didn't think that I would be an entrepreneur. But I'm here now, right? And many of you don't plan for transitions in your relationship. Now, fellas, I'm going to just give you a quick plan. What I would suggest is start putting $20, $30, $40 a week aside and don't touch it. Like, be disciplined. Like, this is not my money that I'm saving up just in case we break up, but this is money I'm putting aside that says I'm good no matter what may happen, right? And fellas, I don't care what may happen. Like, while you're together, I don't care if, man, we got to pay this bill. No. Don't reach into the money that you have, right? Many of you are saying, no, I got a solid wife. Okay, cool. I can give you 20 stories right now of men that thought they had solid relationships, come to find out their lady was cheating on them, right? And a couple months later, they break up and they go their separate ways. Tons of stories like that. Ladies, I know you got tons of stories like that as well. So what I'm saying is, I'm not saying that you're in a relationship and it's like, yo, I got to keep my eye open watching you, but you got to keep your eye open watching them because there's nothing guaranteed. But in the process of nothing being guaranteed, make sure that you love you enough to say, I'm going to set myself up just in case something happens. What's going on, family? I know that you're enjoying the episode, but I had to pause to ask you a quick question. Have you ever been through anything in life that was so life-altering that it changed your life forever? I mean, have you ever been and had a job and you lost that job? I mean, your dream job, you lost that job for whatever reason. Maybe you're an entrepreneur, you started a business and the business started off great and then it seemed as if it was going downhill. And now you're at a place, you lost your marriage, you lost your children, you lost some major things in your life. And now you're at a place in life where you're like, hey, this is the end of the road. I don't see it getting better. I got news for you. It will get better. And I wrote a book just for you. It's entitled Winning After a Major Loss. You need to go and get your copy. Go to barnesandnoble.com, go to amazon.com, get your copy right now. Winning After a Major Loss. I promise you, it's going to change the trajectory of your life. It's going to change your mindset. Most importantly, it's going to change your heart about your situation, because I promise you, you can win after a major loss. Go get your copy now. Barnes and Nobles, amazon.com. Order your copy now. Let's get back to the episode. If it doesn't happen, I hope that when I'm 90 years old, this money that I have set aside, we can use it. And I don't have to use it for me, right? But things happen. There's a scenario that came to me. The guy, he was in a relationship. They got married, right? Things were going great. Something happened in the course of the relationship. Life began to life. His credit score went down. Money just started to get drained. And the wife, she was on the come up at her job. She was on the come up. She came up, started making money, but the relationship started to get a little rocky. Long story short, I'm understanding that now finances for him is depleted, right? Credit tore all the pieces. Now, but she's up, right? So now he's dependent on her. At any given second, she can say, you know what? I'm done with all this. I can't keep on carrying this weight. I can't keep on carrying you. They're saying that this is the way that the relationship is trending. And this is the thing. Had he been planning for himself that just in case, I don't want to be a burden to somebody else if this doesn't work. And I'm going to flip it, ladies. Do you do the same thing? I need you to start preparing yourself just in case the relationship doesn't work. You won't be a burden to somebody else, or you won't have to do something strange for a piece of change because you don't have any money. Don't put yourself in this, fellas. Don't put yourself in a situation where you got to do something strange for a piece of change because you didn't do what you're supposed to do on the back end. Listen, fellas, don't let her know about all of your money. Life, relationship, it's a gamble. Things can go left. Make sure you're prepared when things go left, or if things go left. I hope it doesn't. Just be prepared. What's going on, family? I want to say thank you for rocking with us during this episode. We have been so excited to drop this episode. I'm glad that you made it to the end. This is what I want you to do. If you have any takeaways from this episode, leave it in the comments. We want to hear your thoughts. We want to hear how you feel. I want to bring content to you that's relevant to you, that'll help you change your life, because you already know our mission here at AOS Inspires, AOS the podcast, is to empower the world to never give up, one conversation at a time, one interview at a time, one video at a time, to help you live life at the next level. This is what I need you to do. I need you to like, subscribe, share this episode. If it spoke to your life, share this episode with somebody. Why? Because you are connected to some people that we're not connected with. And with that connection together, we can empower the world to never give up. I'm Mr. AOS Inspires. This is AOS the podcast. I can't wait to see you next week. Just in case you didn't know, we drop every single week, 3 times a week. Mondays, 8 a.m., Wednesdays, 8 a.m., and Fridays, 8 a.m. You need to catch an episode. Matter of fact, catch all 3 episodes. It's going to be fire. I promise you it's going to help you doing your everyday life. It's going to help you get to the next level. Let's go.